Good morning. This is our go-to meeting for Monday, September the 5th, for strategic management and healthcare organizations. On this morning, we're not going to have the live go-to meeting. I'm actually going to take this particular video once I finish the meeting. This is a recorded video, and I'm going to upload it under day 5 go-to meeting. You'll be able to go back and listen to the video and yet have the opportunity to submit your journal. Remember that in order to get credit for the meeting and to be able to get the grade for the journal, you will have to make sure that you've listened to the video and provided at least 3 things that I've discussed in the video um, in order to submit the journal for a grade, okay? What I want to do is just kind of go over what you're going to be working on for this week. So this is going to be a really short video. It's not going to be long at all. This is going to be for day 5, 6, 7, and 8. As a reminder, keep in mind that because of the Labor Day holiday, and I do hope that each of you were able to enjoy your holiday. I hope you had a wonderful holiday on Monday, Labor Day. And so because of the Labor Day holiday, we must make up those contact hours. And for this week only, we will be making up those hours on Friday. So for this week, we're going to start the week out on Tuesday, of course, and then we have Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. What does that mean? Friday is going to be a normal class day, which means that you're going to have a daily assignment that is expected of you to be completed, along with postings to a threaded discussion and even some other things as well. So I want to kind of just cap a little bit so that you'll know what to expect for this week. So on today, you have a quiz 3, which is your daily assignment that has to be done by 11:59 p.m. tonight. You also have threaded discussion, your initial post. So you will answer the question tonight, and then I will chime in and respond to your post so that you can, by tomorrow night, Wednesday, give follow-up posts for the threaded discussion. So that's what you have going on for tonight. And then, of course, you're going to be listening to the you're going to be listening to the video for the go-to meeting and submitting your journal. You're also going to have Chapter 5 homework open as well. And then there are going to be some articles for you to read. Now, with articles, what I tell students is that anything that I post as an article has the ability of being tested on a quiz or a major exam. So if you decide, oh no, I'm not going to read the articles, just know that at any point I could take any information from the article and actually put it on a quiz or an exam. So I encourage you to read the article because it'll be to your benefit to do that. Okay, now for tomorrow, Tuesday, you will actually be doing a daily activity as well, and I will be uploading some videos for you to listen to. And you also, and then I want to say this, anytime I give you videos to listen to, always know that the videos is just one thing, but then you always have your PowerPoints out there as well to listen to. So just know that you're going to be, you're going to have some videos to be listening to as well. And the videos are all YouTube videos. They're usually really great. They will help give you a better understanding of the concepts that are being covered for the week. Okay. So in addition to tomorrow, Thursday, you're going to have a research paper that you're going to have to do, okay, for this week. So this week, and I want to say next week, the next 3 weeks, you'll have a research paper you'll be doing. The one that's in week 4, that's your final research paper. The research papers are not in great detail, but they are required to be submitted using APA format. Okay, so I'll come back to that in a few moments. On Wednesday, On Thursday, rather, you're going to have more videos to listen to. You're going to have a daily assignment, and you're going to have a brand new threaded discussion in which you got to give initial posts. And on Friday, you'll give the follow-up postings. You'll have homework for Chapter 6 that'll be open and available for you as well. Okay. For the research paper, and I can kind of talk about that a little bit for week 2. Give me one moment here. And of course, I'll go ahead and put the information for the paper out there so that you'll have it. But for this particular paper, the topic is leadership and strategic planning / management. This is only a required 2-page minimum. Now, anytime I give you a page amount, always remember that page amount does not include title page, abstract, or reference page. So in actuality, if you've done a 2-page, if you've done 2 full pages, which is just your body, and you have a title page and an abstract and a reference page, you should be sending me the minimum of 5 pages. You may be sending more, and if you're sending me more, that's because your body is more, and that's okay. But this paper has to have a body minimum amount of 2 pages. That's the body. So you're going to have your title page. That's on 1 page. Abstract is on a page by itself. Your next 2 pages or more needs to be the body of the paper, where you're actually discussing the paper. And then the last page is your reference page. I'm going to make this available for you today. And I encourage you not to wait until the last minute to begin your research for this paper. Do not do that. I strongly disencourage that, because you never know what issues you may run into with trying to get the paper completed. So the paper, I will give it to Sunday to be submitted. However, starting tonight, you should go ahead and be doing your research on the paper. And actually, your homework for tomorrow night is going to be the research paper itself. Okay? That's your homework for tomorrow night. So no, I wouldn't give you the paper today and expect you to do it by tomorrow. I will give you until Sunday. However, what you should be doing tomorrow night is, if you get the paper completed, fine, you can submit the paper. If not, then you should at least be working on the research for the paper. Because Wednesday night, you have homework that's Chapter 6 that needs to be completed, and you should be reviewing your weekly notes. And then Friday, your homework is to study for the midterm and to do your threaded discussion post. All right, so back to the paper. The instructions tell you, and the course of paper is worth 50 points. In the instructions, it will tell you to construct a well-developed APA academic paper discussing the following topics below. So in your paper, these are the things that you will be discussing. And of course, you will see this in DocShare when it is open. The very first thing I want you to do is discuss leadership, including discussing the necessary components that make a good leader. All right, you have to research that. The next thing, in what ways can leaders inspire their employees to strive for excellence while strategically planning a better path of success for the organization? That requires research. Number 3, how does leadership and power influence strategic planning? That requires research. And lastly, research about different leadership styles, and they are out there. It requires research. Research about the different leadership styles and discuss at least one that will be great to have while strategically planning and managing. So first you got to go out there and research about the different leadership styles, and out of the ones that you find, pick one that you think will be good to have will be good for a manager to have while they are strategically planning and managing an organization. So your references should have the minimum of 3 sources. They should be peer-reviewed, digital library, or off of Google Scholar. You can use more than 3 sources if needed, but you should have the minimum of 3. All written research papers will be sent through Turnitin, plagiarism checker. Anything that comes back more than 20%, that's an automatic 0. And you run the possibility of not being able to submit it again once it's gone past the due date. So once you submit the paper, you should be able to see what your percentage is. My suggestion to you is to make sure that if you get something over 20%, you may want to go ahead and fix it, get it where it needs to be. It'll show you your report. It'll show you what you have wrong. Correct your errors and send it back to me. Once I've actually closed the Dropbox, and that final paper that you submit to me for week 2, if it's over 20%, that's a 0. Because at that point, you should have had an opportunity or had ample time to be able to correct it. This is why I tell students not to wait till the last minute to submit papers. Because if the paper is due, if I'm giving you to Sunday night to submit the paper, you wait until 10 o'clock to get the paper submitted. Now the paper is 40% plagiarized. You got to go back, have time, fix the paper, fix the errors, save it, and then resubmit it. So you submit it this time, and it's 10 o'clock. It's due by 11:59. So you submit it this time. Now it's 11 o'clock, 11:30. You're still over 20%. You got to go back and fix it again. Well, this time when you go and fix it, you may not be able to get that paper in by 11:59. So guess what? The very last paper that I see submitted is the one that I will grade. And if it's over 20%, that's a 0. So this is why I try to encourage you. Please do not wait till the last minute to submit your papers. There's not a guarantee that you're going to be able to fix errors before the paper is due. Now, if you submit that paper and it's under 20%, you're good. Okay? There is a grading rubric that is tied to the paper. It's at the bottom. Papers, again, are only worth 50 points. So the grading rubric includes having a correctly formatted title page, having an abstract, you're getting graded for the body of the paper, you're graded for references, you're graded for spelling and grammar errors. So make sure you look at the grading rubric because it's self-explanatory. 50 points is not a lot of points. And you can have 2 or 3 errors and end up with a 20 out of 50 or a 15 out of 50 because one error can cost you so many points. Okay? So you want to take the time to do the research. I can normally tell when something's been done at the last minute. I can also tell when something hasn't been thoroughly researched. Because anything that's been thoroughly researched, most of the time, that paper is going to have some critical thinking skills that were used in that paper. I will be able to tell that. But if you hadn't put any thought in it, then I can tell that the thought process was just, I just didn't feel up to doing the research, so here it is. When you do the paper, submit the paper, do not number the paper and answer the questions. Your paper needs to flow from one thought to the next. So you're flowing between question number 1, 2, 3, and 4 in that order. Stay within the flow. Don't be all over the paper. So that's pretty much the instructions for the week 2 paper. And again, like I said, I will upload that. Go ahead and get it out there so that you can see it. The instructions for it will be in DocShare. You can go ahead and get started on it. I'm going to give you until Sunday, but just remember, if you decide not to turn it in Tuesday night should still be the night that you're working on the research part of it. And I have allowed time in the class, according to the syllabus, for you to be able to do that. So that way you can't say I didn't have time to do the research, because on Tuesday night, that is your homework, is to just do the research on the paper. Okay, so let's see what else. So that takes care of Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And then on Friday, which is our makeup day, that's quiz number 4. You're going to have a quiz. You're going to have a daily activity. And then, of course, your homework is to study for the midterm. All right. So that pretty much wraps us up for week 2. We should meet again. We should be back on our normal schedule for week 3, unless something changes. And if something changes and we're unable to meet for the meeting, or I can't meet for the meeting, I'll let you know. I'll notify you as I did for this week. And then I'll make sure that I do a recorded video and get it submitted to DocShare. So I hope you all have a wonderful day today. If you need to contact me, I'm available by text all throughout the day. I will respond back to you as soon as I possibly can. I'll try to be back online tonight at 8:30, from 8:30 to 9:30, to answer any questions that will require my attention to the actual computer itself and inside the classroom. Other than that, I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.